Hello, students, for the fall 2026 Applied Business Principles online class. Welcome to class. Welcome to the semester. My name is Dwayne Rawlings. I will be your tour guide this semester as we work through this class. I'm excited about this class. I've taught this class. I actually created this class a number of years ago. I'm in my 10th year of teaching here at ISU. I created this class not long after I was hired as part of our small business management and entrepreneurship certificate and degree. And now we're adding it, and it's really expanded to a lot of other programs. This is the first time, however, we've ever offered this class online. So you guys are kind of our first class that's going to go through this and introduce this and see how it goes online, and good luck with that. I'm talking to myself there when I say that, not you, but we'll see how this goes. I'm excited to try to get this set up. So like I said, my name is Dwayne Rawlings. For those of you who haven't met me, because this is online, if you're ever on campus and you're here, I'm in the RFC building, you can always come in and find me. I'm in room 272. It's on the second floor of the RFC building. If you ever want to meet and in person and go over things, I'm always available. The best way to reach me, my office phone number is there, 282-3190. Leave a message or just email me. Email me with any questions, concerns you have at any time, or if you want to get together, if you meet, if you have questions, things like that. So email is a great way to reach me, and we'll talk about that a little bit more. I want to start just by introducing the course, talking about what our goals are for the semester and what we're hoping to accomplish. I'm going to start just by going over the syllabus here. You've obviously found the course on Canvas, so that's a plus. You've obviously figured out how to work your way down and found the video, so we're doing pretty well so far. You might have already clicked on the syllabus because it's above, but I want to just kind of go over that. So 1111 Applied Business Principles is meant to be an intro to business class. There is no textbook required for the class, so that's good. However, you will need to purchase a business simulation license. And I'll talk a little bit about the simulation today, but I'll also have another video that I'm hoping to get to today, but I'll get it for you so that you'll have that and understand how to register with the simulation and how to get through that. The cost of that simulation is $43, so you'll need a card, a debit card, a credit card that you'll go on and purchase that with. And that'll be the only expense that you'll have for this class, and we'll use that as a textbook. So what we're doing, this class is created for people who have the goal or the plan to either own their own business or manage a business, maybe take over a business. We're all about talking about managing a business, and this is an intro class, so we're going to cover a whole lot of topics throughout this semester, but we're just going to kind of touch on the surface. We're not going to delve too deep onto too many things. We're just going to cover a lot. So it's more about quantity, although there is quality. I hope there's quality, but like I said, we don't go in depth. There are other classes that if you want more in depth on certain parts, we have other classes. So we'll talk a little bit about, well, I'll talk here in a minute what we're going to cover, but some things that we cover, we have other classes that will go more in depth than we'll do here. Again, we're going to talk business management, what we're doing, organizing, staffing, leading, communication, decision-making, ethics, motivation, group development, team building, all these different things that we're going to put together. Now, I'm interested to see how this plays out in trying to get this online version, because I do have this class created as a very group-oriented, practical, applied learning, hands-on approach. So I've got to shift those into online, and that's my challenge. But like I said, I'm excited to see where this will go. So the core objectives that we're going to learn: explain organizational culture. If you guys have had me in class or will have me for any other, you'll hear me talk about organizational culture a lot. So we'll talk about how important that is and how you need to help shape that culture. We'll discuss business ethics and social responsibility. Ethics, again, something we talk about in every class. Social responsibility, we're talking about the corporate social responsibility and the social responsibility that a business needs to worry about. We'll have a discussion on identifying and discussing employment law and HR practices. We'll talk about the gold standard of customer service and taking care of our customers, and then just basic elements of managing a business. So other things that are tied with this class, the way the grade breaks out. Again, first time I've done this online, so I'm kind of just breaking this out evenly. I'll probably change this in the future, but I think you guys are kind of getting you're going to get the benefit of a lot of things here being new. Simulation will be 30% of your grade. Class assignments will be 30%. The quizzes, exams, mostly exams. We'll have 3 exams in the semester, including the final exam. They'll be 30%, and then participation and attendance. Now, this is an online class, so I'm not taking attendance, but that 10% will be, I can see statistics on when you watch the video, if you're watching all the video, or if you're fast forwarding it, just getting work done on time, anything like that. So as long as you're participating, you're getting on Canvas and you're doing things, your participation grade will be good. This is an intro class. I'm not trying to make it super difficult. It should be a class that, as long as you're logging in and you're doing your work and you're participating and following along, I think you're going to be fine grade-wise. The business simulation is typically done in class with a group, and we grade each other, so you'll be doing it individually, and I'll talk about that more. So as long as you do that, I don't know how you don't get an A on it, because there's no way to fail that, so should be pretty easily handled there. University criteria here as far as how grading works. Policy on late work. I'll accept late work, but you're docked 10% every day that it's late, and I will not accept anything after the 5 days. So if you know you're going to have an issue, you got something come up, get a hold of me, email me, call me, talk to me, and let me know. But don't call me and say, hey, that assignment that's due tonight in a few hours, yeah, I'm going to be out of town. You know, that's not going to work. So just work with me. I'm pretty easy to work with. My policy on response time is if you email me or you get a hold of me, I'll get back with you in 24 to 48 hours. I'm almost always quicker than that unless I have to be out of town for something. But even then, my emails go to my phone. If you need me to get right back with you and you're emailing me, in the subject line, put something like urgent or emergency or get me now, something in there that'll catch my eye. I might be busy, but you know, I got things going on at night. I'm coaching football this year again, and so I might see your email come through, and I'll just get to that later. But you're sitting at home waiting for me to get back to you. If I see an urgent, I'll step out and try to get back to you as soon as I can. So other university policies with accommodations, if you need anything like that. Cheating policy, you know, just don't cheat. It's kind of hard in this class, maybe with the exams. Make sure you're doing your own work. Watch that. The exams we'll talk about later. The exams are going to be open book. You're going to be able to use, we don't have a book, but you can use the presentations that I give you. You can use notes if you've taken anything like that. It'll be all set up for you. Just don't go out and Google stuff. If you go out and you Google or AI questions, the topics we talk about have a much broader definition, and we're going to be talking very specific things. So if you go Google something, you're going to get that broader definition, which is usually the indication to me that you Google it. So when your definition is way out there and explaining things that we didn't talk about, then yeah, you probably Googled it. So don't do that. It's just not acceptable with AI. There's just no reason to use AI. You're paying a lot of money to go to school to learn. So I don't think you're learning. AI doesn't need to learn, and AI is not earning the degrees. So I don't know. There are times where we'll talk about how to use AI to improve your work and things like that, but it needs to be original work. So, and there's other things for services, any other services that you might need. One of the things I want to talk about, so looking at Canvas here, and mine looks different than what yours does right now. Starting out on Canvas, if you need help with Canvas, that's right here. Our syllabus that I just went over, you've probably seen. Discussion boards, the link to the business simulation, and then week 1 is where we're at. I don't have it on mine yet, but you will to find this video, which obviously you did or you wouldn't be watching this. And then other things we'll cover. One of the assignments we have this week is a discussion forum, which you may or may not have looked at. But I have up at the top at Canvas, and this will be here. This is, when you click on this, this is the instructions for the discussion board. So because we're online, we don't have the ability to meet in class and discuss. So right now, my plan is we're going to use some discussion boards. I might try something else throughout the semester. I have a couple ideas that I might try out on you guys, and I'll ask for your feedback as what you think of that. But right now, discussion board is what we're looking. So I'll throw out a topic or have you research or read something or do something, and then you'll comment in the discussion board, and then you'll reply to other people in your class. So the idea with the topic here, we'll do these when we do these. I don't plan on having one of these every week, but more weeks than not, we'll probably have something like this just to keep you guys engaged and have a hopefully somewhat discussion. So the discussion board entries each week will be due by Wednesday night at 11. And then the replies, you'll need to reply to at least 2 classmates, and those replies will be due by Sunday. Now, your original entry will be 300 words, a minimum of 300 words, which might sound like a lot, but just this that I have right there, these 3 short paragraphs, that's almost 300 words right there. So it's really not a lot, but it's enough to hopefully get you putting out a clear thought, a full thought, and getting some things. Then when you reply to your classmates, it needs to be a minimum of 150 words. Don't just go out there and say, hey, good job, or don't go out and say, hey, this sucks. Be nice, be polite, but try to add to the discussion. Say, hey, I really like how you did this, but have you thought this, or have you ever considered this, or I looked into what you were saying, and I also noticed this part, and try to expand on that. And then go back and see what people are replying on yours. And that's where we're hoping to build that discussion up there. So, you have a discussion board or a discussion forum this week. So if you were to look down on Canvas this week, if mine will slide, you look down, you'll see the discussion forum this week. You just click on that, and you will see the discussion forum topic right here, which really I'm just doing a really easy one just to get us in the habit of seeing how these work. So I put in here just introducing yourself, what you're pursuing, and what you hope to learn. And I put on here, I'm not holding you to the 300 word limit this week. So just go in and do something, but don't just give me a sentence or two. At least put out some effort. You'll go in there, so you'll click on this reply button here. This will open up the text box for you to go through and do all of your reply, and then you'll reply right here, and that'll put it in. Now, when you go in, after somebody has replied, when you go into the discussion board, you'll see somebody's post, and you'll be able to go and reply on that. So that's really what I wanted to cover in this first video. Just kind of a quick introduction to the course, the syllabus, how to get a hold of me, who I am. I'll have another video in here for you regarding the business simulation and getting up with running with that just to get us on board. So let me know throughout the semester if you have any questions, concerns, issues at all, please reach out to me. For those of you who will be on campus, come by and see me. Those not, shoot me an email and let's stay in touch. I want you to be successful in this class and learn a lot. So that's the goal. Good luck with the semester and let's have fun. Thanks.